happiest of Halloweens, and welcome to another edition of 5 Horror Movie Fun Facts starring Les Moi. And today we are rounding out our very short Halloween series where we're covering 5 fun facts for the first Halloween movie. But before we get into it, let me show you like a quick fit check. So obviously this isn't the whole thing. I'm going to do a little something else to myself later. But this is my Halloween t-shirt for the day. Okay, so let's get into it. Today's movie, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, 1989. Fun fact number 1. So one of my favorite things about the Halloween series in general is how committed Donald Pleasence is for his role as Dr. Loomis. And it's no different here. He and director Dominique Athenen-Girard, they butted heads quite a bit on this set, mostly having to do with Dr. Loomis's motivation, even little Danielle's motivation for her character. But he was all around a pretty great guy. He and Danielle Harris got along swimmingly, actually. In fact, after around 2 weeks of filming, he had heard that Danielle's mom was complaining about how small that their trailer was. So he decided, hey, let's switch, and gave Danielle Harris the bigger trailer, which was nice. He didn't have to do that, but that's a nice thing. Fun fact number 2. Okay, so Dominique Athenen-Girard pulled a lot of influence from the Giallo style of filmmaking, like the cinematography and the whole thing with the man in black and all that. And of course, lots and lots of gore in many creative ways, I would say. It's been a while since I've seen Halloween 5, but I think this one might have been the goriest in the series. I could be wrong though. But yeah, that was intentional. Even down to the way Michael Myers' mask is done, having a longer neck and longer hair. And speaking of Michael Myers' mask, fun fact number 3. Okay, so as discussed, the original mask from 1 and 2, gone. They did attempt to use the old mask worn by John P. Wilbur in the last movie for the new guy, Don Shank. Unfortunately, it didn't fit, so they had to create, once again, a whole new mask. And this one, so they made the neck longer and they slicked back the hair. It's also longer. It's made of thicker rubber, and the eye holes are more tear-shaped, giving him angrier expression. And the whole thing was held together by Velcro, which was by design. They wanted it to look kind of shoddy looking. It received negative reviews. People did not like this mask either. Apparently, they got it right the first time. So there's that. Fun fact number 4. Okay, in the original screenplay, thanks to the events of Halloween 4, Danielle here was supposed to become, well, a killer. The original idea was for there to be dual antagonists, kind of like Freddy versus Jason, with one protagonist kind of caught in the middle. But producer Mustafa Akkad hated that idea and said it makes it sound too much like a parody as opposed to, a real horror movie. Plus, they didn't think that Danielle Harris could be credible as a 12-year-old serial killer, which I grossly disagree. Personally, I feel like that's where the whole series should have gone a long time ago, but But since the producer was like, nah, we're not going to do that, they hired an entirely different screenwriter and rewrote the entire thing. The original screenwriter is still credited for writing it, but they got a whole new guy to do it and revamp the whole story. And finally, fun fact number 5. So the special effects department had actually designed really grotesque face makeup for Michael to have under the mask. Producers told them to do that, to make something really, really gross and grotesque for that, big reveal. They decided not to do that though. They decided instead to just have them kind of partially hidden by darkness. I guess for mystery's sake. I don't know. But yeah, I think I can't say for sure, but I think at this point they were trying to like be as separate from the whole Friday the 13th mythology, which we've pretty much always seen Jason's messed up face. So, and that's also pretty crazy when you consider in the Halloween series 4, 5, and 6, I think, kind of is very similar to Friday the 13th, 4, 5, and 6, at least in concept. Like the whole Tommy and Jamie thing seem to be mirroring each other. But yeah, that's it for this week's 5 horror movie fun facts. Join me next week when I shall have another one. Bye. Oh, happy Halloween.